If you want to know the best horror movies,
you should definitely watch our picks for the best ones of 2021.
We hope you will enjoy the following ranking. Please let us know your favorite in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to never miss a good movie again.
Number 10.
Okay, ready?
Candyman. Candyman.
Candyman is a supernatural slasher film directed by Nia DaCosta and stars Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Teyonah Parris, Nathan Stewart Jarrett, and Coleman Domingo. Deepening the mythology of a classic gore franchise while frightening modern audiences along the way with effective horror, Candyman builds upon the gruesome past with an artist craving a place among the best. Growing obsessed with the legend of the Candyman, he is trapped in a spiral of violence, death, and ultimately his own destiny.
Wait, I forgot my vape.
No, I don't think you should. Move.
Number 9. Blood Red Sky is a British-German action horror film directed by Peter Thorwarth and stars Roland Moller, Harry Baumeister, Chidi Ajufo, and Alexander Scheer. A night-long flight, a mother and her 10-year-old son, and ruthless terrorists. What could go wrong? Everything one could never expect is the right answer, as the mysteriously ill mother must unleash a monstrous secret to protect her loved one. The term horror doesn't come close to explaining what will happen to the hijackers. Number 8.
This is my house! Who are you?
Malignant is a horror film directed by James Wan and stars Annabelle Wallis, Maddie Hassan, George Young, and Jacqueline McKenzie. With its director's return to the genre of chills and thrills, Malignant holds a memorable twist and gripping visuals. Paralyzed from the fear of horrifying visions, a tormented woman must accept reality, that her visions are exactly that, deadly, unstoppable, and very real. But as the torment grows worse and worse, her sense for what is truth and what is lie vanishes.
I can't move. What's happening?
Number 7.
Did they tell you at the hospital?
Tell me what?
Antlers is a supernatural horror film directed by Scott Cooper and stars Kerry Russell, Jesse Plemons, and Jeremy T. Thomas. Horror beyond your imagination awaits you in this flick from two horror icons. When a young teacher discovers that one of her young students is plagued by his father and brother, she takes him into her care. But she soon discovers that what plagues the boy is a dark supernatural secret that existed long before they did and will exist after they're gone.
My new dad's with Aiden, but Aiden doesn't understand. And he needs me. I just have to feed him, and he'll love me.
Number 6.
When did these get here?
They just arrived yesterday while you guys were driving home.
The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is a supernatural horror film directed by Michael Chaves and stars Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, and Rory O'Connor. As the third installment of the worldwide acclaimed horror franchise Trilogy, The Devil Made Me Do It brings fresh wind to the sails of Warren's story with a combination of classic spook and courtroom tropes. As a charming and loving husband brutally murders someone, there's no doubt that he was possessed by an evil being, but not for the state and its laws. Number 5. Lamb is an Icelandic drama film directed by Vladimir Johansson and stars Numi Rapace and Hilmar Snare Gudnason. In this intriguing depiction of psychological downfall, horror gets a new face because it's a human-lamb hybrid. As a couple discovers this human lamb baby on their farmland in Iceland, the wonder brings much joy before ultimately turning into a nightmare that they cannot escape. Number 4.
C'est sur votre fils.
On parle pas de mon fils.
Mais c'est important.
Tu parles pas de mon fils, c'est clair?
Titane is a horror film written and directed by Julia Ducournau and stars Agatha Roussel, Vincent Lindon, and Garance Marillier. This delightful and disturbing film's title refers to a metal highly resistant to heat and corrosion. Using this as a brilliant metaphor, Titane depicts a row of unsolved crimes, circling around a former firefighter who is reunited with his son, who went missing a decade ago, and a mystery that goes even further into the past.
Toi, tu vas retourner, je sais pas d'où tu viens, tu vas rien foutre là-bas. T'as compris? Tu sens pas les énergies là ou quoi? Tu sens pas ce qui se passe entre nous?
Number 3.
String her up. No, stop it, stop it, stop it!
The Fear Street Trilogy is a horror film series directed by Leigh Janiak and stars Kiana Madeira, Olivia Scott-Welch, Sadie Sink, and Gillian Jacobs. This experimental trilogy surprised audiences with the concept of releasing all 3 movies only weeks apart, making it one coherent story, yet each title with its individual style and themes. Taking place in the same location but sometimes hundreds of years apart, we witness how Fear Street is not a street you want to walk down.
They hanged her on this fairy tree. But she would have died forever if you did what you always do to witches. You burn them.
Number 2.
It's a bit old-fashioned for some, but I won't do nothing to it. If you don't like it, you can find somewhere else.
It's perfect.
Last Night in Soho is a psychological horror film directed by Edgar Wright and stars Thomasin McKenzie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Matt Smith, and Terrence Stamp. If you let the past in, you have to deal with its consequences in the present. This smart and colorful hit from the cult director finds a young woman entering a gate to the past. Just as everything seems like a dream, she is torn apart between the time periods as a dark mystery begins to hunt her.
Least I can do is drive you home.
What's the most?
Well,
Do you know Goose Street?
very well.
I'm on Goose Place, number 8.
Madame?
Before we unveil movie number 1, here are a few honorable mentions.
What? Aren't these your children?
I'm right here, Mom.
Mom? Mom?
I'm coming with you.
No, you're not.
I'm not gonna let you go out there alone.
Thank you.
Number 1. A Quiet Place Part 2 is a horror film directed by John Krasinski and stars Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy, Millicent Simmons, and Noah Jupe. Following the instantly iconic surprise hit, A Quiet Place Part 2 dives deep into the world of the post-apocalypse. Giving the mysterious events that led to the end of human civilization a backstory, Part 2 expands on its lore with more knowledge about the infamous blind creatures and the functioning of the few remaining societies, and of course the bloody monster gore fans have waited for.
Do you agree with our list? Please let us know in the comments. If you want to know more about a particular movie in this list, you can check out our links in the video description. And for more top 10 movie videos, be sure to subscribe to communiTV.